I'm on a boat that a little while ago you didn't even know you wanted to own. In fact, just a bit over a year ago, this company barely even existed. And now they're sitting on hundreds of orders of this very model. This is the Saxdor 320 GTO. My name's Dan Jones, this is Dan's Boat Life, and I'm really excited to talk about this boat with you today. So come with me. We're going to do a little bit of a walkthrough. We are going to do a test drive as well, and we've already got the drone up in the air. But yeah, this is possibly the most exciting release of 2021. So join me, let's do this. I've already done a bit of a walkthrough on the 200, and you might notice it's a little bit smaller than this one, so a lot easier to get on, but I'll do my best. Oh, okay, that wasn't so bad. This is a ginormous version of what we have already tested. The 200 is the introduction to the adventure boat world for Saxdor, and it's a little weapon, and I'll put a link in the description somewhere up there or somewhere on the screen for you to check that out if you haven't already. And Saxdor really hit the market running with that boat, and they've sold a hell of a lot of boats, and now everybody knows who they are. They've absolutely blown it out of the park with this GTO. So why don't we do a little camera swap? Campbell, you grab it off Dave and we'll start talking, and I'll take you through this beauty of a boat. Okay, here we are up in the bow of the 320 GTO. So it's worth saying that this hull is actually the basis for different models. So this is the GTO, and it's got the hard top just up there, but there's also an open version, which is probably not going to be very popular in our part of the world, but there's a cabin version coming as well. And I've seen a few renders, and that thing looks sexy. But what are we seeing up here? First things first, I love this soft flexi-tech flooring. It's middle of winter here, as you can tell. I got my long sleeve shirt on, and you know, this is soft. My feet have been warm. I've been comfortable all day. Fixed cleats up on the bow on this one, and then the bow section just here is nice and smooth, as you would see and have seen on the other models. So stepping off on the sand, it's doable, but you want to be a little bit more athletic on this one because the distance is a little bit greater. So either have flexible knees or think about a bow ladder for this boat. In terms of getting into the anchor locker, well, it's huge. That's like a metre or so just down there. There's heaps of space. So there's going to be plenty of storage there for fenders, anchor line and anchor. And I think a lot of people are going to do what we're doing today and use a stern anchor and nose on the beach. So your primary anchor is likely going to be that one back there. But moving our way back through the boat, we've got these nice powder-coated black handrails, so that's good, something to hold on to. You do feel secure. You can slide your bum along here if you're transiting around the boat. And then the sun lounge here, I'm missing a cushion, but the sun lounge here, it's good for two people, maybe three. You know, you can sit up nice and straight. So this is fine, this is good. It's a good place to hang out. We've got two cup holders just here. We've got an opening hatch that opens forward, so that's going to suck a bit of air down into the cabin below. So that's good. That's nice to have somewhere to relax. You know, when the end of the day, when it's not super sunny, you'd probably enjoy reading a book there. Moving towards the midsection of the boat, sexy windscreen. That's a three-piece windscreen just there with side supports just here. But we've got two pieces of glass. That gives you some access down into the cabin just there in terms of light, and then two more windows here, which are part of the main windscreen there. Single wiper blade, so single big wiper blade for that one just there. And then I can see your midships cleat. So whilst it is a little bit further forward on this boat, I don't see that being an issue because you're going to come from the helm and it's only a metre forward. So access is still going to be perfectly fine in terms of tying the boat up. So cleat here. What else are we looking at? Moving our way a little bit aft, we've got these windows, which I already checked that out in the drive. I wasn't sure what the functional purpose for these windows was going to be, but when you're behind the wheel and you're belting along at 50 knots, the picture that you get with this added visibility, it's so much better. Like I'm used to just having my sight lines wrapped around me like that on a normal boat, but now I've got this extra visibility. So when you're hooking it into turns and the hull comes up, you've got all this extra ocean to look at. So that's kind of cool. And it does also provide a good handhold. So same as the windscreen surround, that is good, good support and something to hold on to. But come back to the transom, because before talking about the cockpit area, it's definitely worth pointing out one of the most unique features on this boat. And I just love those Scandos, these Finnish blokes. Like, they design some good boats and they really are into making the best use of space available. And that's certainly the case on these Saxdors, and particularly this 320, because check out this. I just press this button and these. So 32-foot boat now becomes a 40-foot boat in terms of deck access at the back. I just absolutely love this, and I really do see a lot of people getting some good, fun, enjoyable use out of this extra space. So this is perfectly fine to come out here and stand on with all your mates. We've got electric worm drive operating that, ginormous hinges, and another support just there. So super cool, super cool. I'll just cover this back part of the boat before I make my way through the middle. But it's worth noting that both swim platforms, both transoms out the back here, extend to the end of the motors. So you can back the thing in, be careful and step off the transom if you've got, picking up people in that fashion. So that's possible. Do bear in mind the engines are trimmed up a little bit right now because we're on the beach. We've got a 4-step telescopic swim ladder, I just noticed there, so that's good to see. We've got rub rail all the way around the boat, so this is just good thick rubber, so that's sensible. The engine mounting is professional, and big thick transom mounting just there, but it's worth pointing out, we've got the 300 horsepowers. I've just been for a drive. They are ridiculously fun and perhaps a little bit overpowered. You can do over 50 knots. So if you are the guy or girl who wants to just go absolutely flat out, yes, you can do that. But what I'm saying is it's not completely necessary. You would be so happy with the 225s on this boat. It's not funny. And I knew it was going to be, a bit of a weapon of a thing, because this was designed to run fast and efficient with a single 300 horsepower. So with twins, it's just out of this world. So anyway, that's there. That's good. And they're wonderful engines. The power to weight ratio is pretty awesome too. Moving our way through the middle of the boat, we've got 1, 2, 3 rows of seats. So we've got the 3 individual driver's seats, and then we've got these 3 seats here in the middle. Now this unit here, it's a storage box, and the seats pivot forward and back. So actually, I'm just going to pivot them forward so you can see. So that turns into somewhat sun lounge mode. So you can do that and then have this table up and have a little lunch area here. And this whole unit slides forward and back on tracks, so you can play around with the space. If you're working at the Barbie and you need space for your beer belly, then no problems. You could just slide the seat back and use all the space you need, and people can relax out here. Now, if you don't want this seat setup, you don't have to have it. There's an option for individual lounges, which will just slot in here and here. Nice, big, wide, comfortable seats, and they will actually detach, and you can put them out on the wings, so you can have this whole area open if you wish. But what I wanted to show you whilst I'm here is, with the table down, you've also got the option of doing this. How good's that? Like, yes, you could hang out with all your closest friends, and like, yes, I'm just, I love it. I love it. So that's good. The sun lounge, that's obviously got space for 6 people or more, but underneath it, I'm not going to do it right now, but this whole thing hinges up, and this is all storage underneath here. But then you can also, by pressing a button, lift the whole floor and it will electrically raise, and you've got access to all your service, so your batteries and your other systems under the floor there. And then if you've got too much gear, if you stored some stuff in here, then you've filled this box and you still need extra space, you can actually slide this box back, and there's an underfloor storage locker just directly underneath this. It's kind of like an esky. So that's pretty cool. Why don't you come back here and then I'll show you what's going on right here. So I'll just let you get that in shot. This is the barbecue area. So now that I've moved into the middle of the boat, we are under this solid fiberglass T-top. So this is fantastic. It is worth noting that this lining has been discontinued. Like all boat builders, they have made a long list of improvements. Any boat builder that's not making continuously improving their boats is not a proper boat builder. So Saxdor, they're the same. They've done a few little improvements here, there, and all around the boat. I won't point them all out individually because you'll learn that in future videos. But this one here lifts up, and we've got a two hot plates, electrically operated just here. That's off the batteries. We've got a single sink just here. That's going to be cold water. And then we've got a cutting board, and we've got 6 drink holders. So that's, everything you need for set up for lunch. And then we've got deep drawers, 1 and 2, just here. So you can put all your picnic wear in there. And then we've got 2 fridges. So one on this side and another on this side. So they haven't wasted, oh, look at that, full of beer. We might have to have one later. They haven't wasted any space. So absolutely every centimetre of this unit is sensible, usable space. I love that. So coming forward, this whole area is in shade, including the first row of seats. So everybody, the first 6 or 7 people on the boat are always going to be protected. And the people out the back, well, they're the young fun ones anyway, so they're going to be out in the sun. So come forward and see if you can get a look at this helm, because it's a sexy one and worth a look. We'll go into more detail about the operation of the boat in our test drive videos, so subscribe, make sure you click the bell notification and have a look at that. That'll be coming out separately. But this helm, it's modern, well designed and functional. I've just done a good drive on it, and it works very, very well. So first thing worth noting, we've got this darker finish up the top here. That's got a practical function. It stops any glare coming up in your face, so you can see at all times. We've got a flat screen display here. This is the dual SIMRAD display, and you can do all sorts of things with that. So we'll talk about that in the test drive video. But in these little lockers just here, we've got storage for phones. I can see another, what looks like another little USB. No, sorry, they're card slots for the SIMRAD. So this is just a storage area, and this is charging. We've got some contactless phone charging just there. And then we've got drink holder. This is the joystick operation. Not sure if it's completely necessary. If you're new to boating, you'll absolutely love it. But this thing is very, very maneuverable as it is with the bow thruster. So, it is what it is. The diagnostics display is just here. All your boat systems buttons are just here. So everything from navigation, docking, bilge, horn, wiper, power display, that's all there. Electronic throttle. It's worth noting that the throttle assembly is actually, it protrudes a little bit out of the dash, so it's quite ergonomic and natural to hand, so that's good. But we've got our trim tabs, bow thruster, VHF aerial, and footrests. Man with little legs loves a footrest, so that's good, that's comfortable. This seat will go forward and back, and we've got the flip-up bolsters for everybody in this front row. So that's what you would expect and what you will appreciate on a style of boat like this. Finally, before we go downstairs, there is an opening just here. That's for a bunch of bags. You're never wanting for storage on this boat. Come with me and we'll have a look downstairs, because this is also pretty cool. For a 32-foot boat, we are really punching above its weight here. So check out this for a cabin. Actually, I'm going to jump on and give you an idea for space. Alrighty. Oh yeah, that's good. So I've I've actually got two opening hatches. I didn't notice that because it was under the cushion. So I got a forward-facing and an aft-facing hatch there. And it's got blinds that pull across. So you've got insect screen, you can block out the sun, you've got ventilation, so that's fantastic. I've got a couple of fixed windows here, and then I've got some Venetian blinds that pull down here. So this is a great spot for, I'd spend a couple of nights in this cabin. But what is great to see, which you may not be able to see from there, so I'll try and get out of the way, is a proper toilet. So come down here and maybe you can pan around and see me, but once again, these Finnish blokes, they've got limited amount of space and they've made good use of it. So normally you'd have to protrude into the cabin with doors. So essentially they've done a two-piece door. So when it's open, gives you an open plan feeling. I've got plenty of space. You know, you could just have this like this if you wanted to come down and brush your teeth or something, and it works. But when you do actually need to use the loo, just like so. And then that's too good. Fantastic. I just love that. So that just locks on a magnet there. But what am I looking at? I've got a window here that doesn't look straight out onto the sea because you've got the side of the gunnels, but you do have privacy blinds just here. I've got a nice glass circular or round, whatever you want to call that, little sink bowl thingy-jiggy. And I've got some storage in here. The toilet, it's actually got its own little seat. So I would use this if I was just coming in to brush my teeth or do something in here. And then when you actually do need to use the loo, that lifts up. So that is sensible. And then we've got a seat here for putting your shoes on. So that's great. And in terms of, yep, anyone can use that. That's good. And then our boat systems, I can see all of our fuses, shore power and fuse operation is here. I got another little stereo volume control so I don't have to go upstairs if the music is too loud in the evening. And this area here, you could actually put phones and stuff on it because it's got a little fiddle here to stop things sliding off. So as a downstairs area for a 32-foot boat, this is a boat I would absolutely go away and spend a couple of nights on board. So, what's my wrap up on the 320 GTO? I love it. Like, I absolutely love it. This thing is exciting, this thing is head turning, and this thing is functional and sensible. So, you know, if you want to entertain with big groups, you can. If you want to just take a date out, you can. If you want to overnight with a partner, you can do that too. And this is just what boating should be about. And I think Saxdor have really hit the nail on the head with this size, with the functionality, with the performance, and absolutely with the looks. This is a boat that you'd put up on your screensaver. This is something you have wet dreams about. It is awesome. So anyway, if you want to know more about this boat, you need to talk to the guys from Adventure Boats. I'm going to put a link in the description below. These things are really selling like hotcakes. You do need to get onto it if you want one of these, and there is a wait list already. So I suggest you get in touch, get to their website, learn everything you can, and don't forget to subscribe for our test drive video coming up next. My name's Dan Jones. This is Dan's Boat Life. See you on the next one. 47, 48 knots. Jesus, we are freaking hauling. 49, 50 knots, 50 knots, and I've still got control. I'm going into the wind. I just did that. Crikey.